good morning everyone. Welcome to Bisaya Talks or I'm sorry, B-Talk for short. Mga B-Talk for short gini siya kay watay mabuot. The shortened sa Bisaya Talk is B-Talk. So our first B-Talkon si Dr. Arnie Gambi Gilbreno. Oh.
Wait lang. Okay. Game.
So, ang kabitok nato karon si Dr. Arnold Gilbreno is an expert in biotechnology, doctorate in biotechnology, right? And also, she's my sister. So, hello, ate. Sorry for, again. By the way, this is our second practice, final practice. So, we're gonna try to, we have learned some things sa earlier na mo na conversation and now we're trying to be better for you audience, mga kabitok.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sige. First disclaimer lang, no. Di lang ako bitokan as far as I know. The things I do for the manghod. Okay. Yeah, hello everyone.
Yeah.
I'm Arnie. And I'm not just the sister, I am the ate. And what?
Yeah, and the title comes with privileges and sacrifices.
That's very true. Okay, so what do you want to know?
Yeah, you're my echo. Is it an
echo?
echo? Not sure. I think it's okay.
Okay.
I think it's okay. It's just my microphone siguro. Pero we shouldn't. But I think it's fine. Well, I guess ang in point of interest karong adlaw is like to know ang imong expertise and what are you currently doing o paki-explain simpler or maybe we'll try to bounce back from each other kung unsay imong gipasabutan. You know, I'm not an expert of your field. Familiar, but not an expert. Will try to ask so that people can learn. Labi ka ng mga Bisaya na to, mga kauban sa Pilipinas. By the way, nasa sa Japan okay?
Sa Japan.
Sa Japan.
No, I'm really in Japan. Because, kuman, I'm working with, not really a startup already because the company has been here for more than a decade. More than two decades na bagan? Yeah, thereabouts. I'm working here in Japan for a testing company. Pero it's not just any testing company. Our analytical services are specialized. So currently, we do analysis of proteins and, adeno-associated vectors or AAVs. So these are essentially inactivated viruses. So we characterize those. Ang purpose is for pharmaceutical applications. So we are also going into biomanufacturing. So, but it's still in its start pa lang kami.
Mhm.
But I think we have the foundation na to sustain it because we have, as you said, and our expertise is in biotechnology and our analytical services have also we've been doing analytical services, which is important for manufacturing purposes because we would want to maintain the quality of our products. So I think the manufacturing, this current new endeavor, additional shall I say, offering of our company is a logical direction, logical step.
Yeah.
So there, I have not introduced the name of my company. So my company is U Medico. The U there, I think, stands for university because ang founder na namo company is currently a professor of Osaka University, where I graduated from. And he maintains a laboratory in Osaka University. It's a big laboratory, actually. And so we have very close collaboration with people working in his laboratory.
Sa Osaka.
So Osaka University, yes.
So that's where you got your PhD, right?
Yeah, that's where I got my PhD from, in advanced science and biotechnology. So Well, I would say na, this founder, he was one of my, should I say, supervisors or professors when I did my PhD. So that's our connection.
Going back sa AAVs, you said na magamit mo og ka ng part sa mga viruses. Is it the same sa kanang vaccine?
Not entirely the same. I'm not very familiar with the use of AAVs or viruses for vaccines. But what we do is, so we have these inactivated viruses, adeno-associated viruses, and then we essentially make use of its very good ability to enter biological organisms, human beings, the human body. And because we want to deliver, we call it a payload of DNA or genes. So it's part of, actually it falls within what you call gene therapy.
Yeah.
So you insert a specific gene into the human body, for example, for the purpose of, or for medical purposes. So you want to address certain medical conditions. It's a very promising area, a very promising field, because there are many genetic diseases that cannot be addressed, or na walay tambal pagani sa conventional sense.
Yeah.
Walay gid mahanap na drugs for it. But the promise of gene therapy is that kung hibaw kita, kung uno pwede na i-target na, for example, protein products, then theoretically we can design a what do you call this? We can chemically create a gene. It's just nucleic acid, essentially polynucleotides, and then insert that in AAV. Tapos amo na kibali ang pinaka vector vehicle na niya to na gene, yes, into the human body.
So it's like sending, ang gene would act like as a series of codes na gamiton nimo ang virus as mo guide towards the human DNA, tama ba? To incorporate itself and try to fix a particular nga problem. Unsa mga possible mga problems yung i-fix, like kanang like certain allergies? Kung let's say,
No.
or like
Not allergies. I cannot recall exactly kung ano ng mga diseases and pwede i-address ng gene therapy in this way. I'm not sure. Muscular dystrophy, I think.
kanang mga potential niya sa mga muscular dystrophy. Kaya magkurug-kurug kalit ang mga muscle ka na ang maobserbahan ba nato?
I don't think it's just kurug-kurug ng muscle. I think there's wasting that's happening. Your muscles will lose mass.
So
yes.
degrade ang muscle. Those are examples of genetic na disease.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not very sure because I'm too focused sa technical aspects na ako work, and so it's a matter of compartmentalization because I need to focus on
Okay, if it's a very massive na project or some work, you have to think about kani siya nga part sa therapy, sa production, sa treatment, kay ang production will be the future sa kaning, as you said, logical na next move is onto production sa for this particular na type of methodology for treatment.
Yeah. Let me check. Muscular dystrophy. So, and also hemophilia.
So kanang hemophilia?
It's a genetic disease na essentially, let me check. Is a bleeding disorder. If you recall, there's this royal family ba sa Russia.
Yeah.
Remember the movie Rasputin? Precisely.
Yeah. Itong ilang pinakamanghod na lalaki.
Yes. So ito siya hemophiliac. And so gamay na injury. Magkuan din waray kuwang nan clotting factors. Blood clotting. So big problem. And it's a genetic disease. So although an hemophilia actually kuan regimen ko man ng drugs, pero it's very, how shall I say, complicated ba? So if you want to have maybe a more long-lasting solution, yaon na actually approved. I just checked. Yaon na approved daw na AAV-based therapies for hemophilia treatment.
Gene therapy.
FDA approved, yes. So,
When you apply this, like for example, kanang sa hemophilia, do you do it once ang kuan? Like, do you do it once ang pag-send sa genetic code to fix a problem, or you have to do it like on a regular basis for
I'm not very familiar sa kuan how they do it. Kung one time big time din siya or kinahanglan panan yan regular na injection for example.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure kung injection and way ang route ng administration and ini na kuan sab no. But anyway, however it gets inside the human body, the question is how often no. So I'm not really sure. Depende siguro sa on how they designed it. Pero siguro kung balikan nato if you go back to the basics, let's just say if it's there already. I'm not sure if it's going to be, because if it becomes part of, if it does repair, for example, sa genetic kuanan.
Yeah, I'm thinking na iyang i-replicate once the code is there, then iyang i-propagate all over sa body. Then remember niya kani nga na particular set of code.
No, I don't think that's how it works. Because I'm thinking, dili siya kung part gayud ng DNA, di ba? It's just introduced. So, just like, for example, although regularly our cells can produce segments, can copy segments of the DNA and use that as a template to produce certain proteins. So in this case, if you introduce DNA inside the human body, what does the human body usually after magamit and kuan yan the natural na replication transcription and then transcription processes inside the human body, usually after na magamit yan siya bungkagon sayo niya. So I'm not sure kung most likely ang sabihin mo once after ma-deliver an payload, let's say that segment of the DNA inside the human body. So it can be used as a template to produce certain proteins, certain materials na kinahanglan para ma-address sa specific na disease. And then after that, basin bungkagon niya yon. So there's a possibility na yaoy pagihapon kuan. Pero basin dili how shall I say, maybe less frequent, I'm not sure. There has to be advantages to this, right? Otherwise, why change the medication? I'm sorry, I'm not this because this is not really part of my job na one, but yeah. So I'm not very familiar. I'm just relying on, shall I say, very fundamental ideas or fundamental knowledge about replication, about transcription, translation. So they actually call it central dogma of molecular biology. Why they call it dogma, yeah. I don't know.
Lasan makadugog dogma, it's either sa veterinary or sa church.
Right, like dogma. So it's not supposed to be questioned, but which is, I don't know, that's not how science works. You're supposed to question everything. Exactly. So I don't know why they call it dogma. Don't hate me.
Mga kabito, forgive us. We're talking about things na wala may kabalo, but we believe it. Anyways, ang imong work ate is more on the characterization, right? The process for characterization sa mga samples.
Yes, more on that characterization. So we get data. We actually, so yeah, characterization. You said it.
like what type of characterization? What type of data?
Okay. Yeah, so for example, let's go back sa AAV samples, no? So typically sa inina field, just like any pharmaceutical product, you would want to have a clear picture kung unan iya purity, right? So, and we want to, of course, improve the purity. So one of the basic things that we want to know about our samples, our AAV samples, is kung ano percentage ng full. We say full vectors, it means na kompleto and in DNA na insert sa iya, to empty vectors. Kay not all of these AAVs na masudlan na niyan gene ng DNA. So iba na for reasons that people are still currently trying to understand, no, it's still an active area of research na nasa na iba na or nasa what factors contribute sa higher success ng insertion of a complete gene into an AAV versus failure, no, to get inside AAVs. So we want to know kung ano ang iya level of purity. And we do that using very specialized equipment. It's in equipment na gamit na mo kuman. It's very, how shall I say, well, aniya pangan is very disarming because it's just centrifugation, like analytical ultracentrifugation. But the speeds are quite high, So in our case, depende kung sa samples. And I'm not sure if I can divulge this, so I won't say what.
Ayun na lang. This might be the cause of your downfall. But essentially, it's if you say na dili siya full nga load, meaning ginatry niyo tat ang DNA na
no.
ang codes niya or what?
So a DNA is just, you think about a molecule, a very long polynucleotide. So it's just a series of nucleotides, and a full length na DNA, a full length na gene, tama ba ang terms gigamit? Anyway, let's just say complete DNA, So a gene is a specific sequence of nucleotides. So kompleto siya if yung tibuok niya na na sequence, i-insert nimo, i-insert siya sa AAV. So there are, and it's not very uncommon, na maputol ang gene. So I think may tolerance dapat yung sa design nimo such that kung maputol ini siya na gene, still nimo ma-produce na magamit pagyapon siya na nimo lawas, once it is inside the human body. Pero as much as possible, we want to maintain the whole thing. Otherwise, dili siya functional. Basta na niya mahimo ng mga proteins or biomolecules inside the body, kung amutin siyang gamiton, dili siya how okay. At best, basin deleterious, Basin, actually, problema yan, kaya basin lain and ma-induce na reaction sa human body. So, it's also a matter of safety that we want to have a higher ratio of full to empty.
Kasi you would want na ang sakto ang series of codes kay kung ang gene missing some information, lahi ang lahi ang effect niya sa
precisely.
Like,
Yes,
I think we've done that yung mag-run kag mga computer programs. Pag kulang, okay lang computer kay iguro mo yung error, pero it's detrimental kung sa dangerous sa body kung sayo pang yang i-produce na protein.
Well, depende kung kung imo diyon kaugalingon na code, wala siguro may tabo. But if it's connected to, let's say, security of the country. Dili siguro safe. So, anyway, where were we?
About your work, about the atong things na part na di mo dapat ma-divulge.
Ito pa. Oo, bitaw.
You medical, please don't call us.
No. I think I think so far the information that I'm sharing is available on public databases, like for example Science Direct, sa mga science databases.
So, everything is okay. Published man siya.
Yeah, it's published. The things that I'm isang ganyan mga mga details about in settings and how the analysis was done, etc. So it's okay. I'm just being very careful.
Baguro mo kadira, so dili ra kay mo unsa kung matanggal sa trabaho.
1 year pa nga di. 1 year pa nga di.
So how did you get that job there? How did you get the job?
Wala ba to ako? Major clue gayon na. Kakilala ako founder.
I mean, like, you used to work here sa Philippines then.
Yes, yeah. We've had, we did not, we maintained our communication in a way. Actually, we worked on a different project before that has something to do with machine learning. So imagine the leap from machine learning. Because actually gibalikan na ako siya just this week on machine learning because they wanted me to develop a what we call in the parlance classifier. So classifier to classify
of course
of course 2 types of particles. Kay importante sabihan siya for characterization ng quality of a protein product in this case. So, sa mga formulations sa good, yung mga sagol-sagol yan. So, and we want to avoid some of these particles, again, for safety ng patient and efficacy of the drug. So, and still, sa publication sabi niya, no? So, I suppose it's safe to talk about these things. So, we are interested in automatically classifying protein particles and lipids or silicone oil particles. And ang challenge sa ganun ini, because these are very, very small particles, we have a specific type of microscopy for this. And then images are produced from this microscopy. And then from these images, may naugamiton to classify whether it's a protein or ano ba last time? Silicone oil. Protein or silicone oil. So it's not really, from my perspective, it's not really a complicated problem because it's just binary, right? You're just trying to create essentially a mathematical model to distinguish proteins from non-proteins or silicone oil in this case. So before, I used convolutional neural networks. And for convolutional neural networks, pwede mo na input, pwede mo gamitin na input and images. No? So you have a set of images, one for this group, so in my case, proteins, and another set of images for this other group, silicone oil. And then you train a network, essentially a neural network, no? So that if it is fed with an image that it has not seen before or used before, that you did not use for training, pwede niya i-classify as either protein or silicone oil.
So, ang machine ang like ang
convolutional
machine
neural network.
I see. So, this machine gitrain mo by exposing it to different types of images. Then, once makita siya unfamiliar, then iyang i-determine which type of image.
Yes. Oh. What particle it is. So, siya. And so, anyway, so the question was, ano yung connection namo? So, we worked on that, a separate project actually, several years ago. And he has asked me, during the pandemic, I think it started, na if I could give a lecture, just one lecture to graduate students in Osaka University sa program that he is handling right now, the English course in biotechnology. So I've been given that lecture, and I will be giving that lecture again this year, even if I'm here. So I will talk about machine learning most probably to students graduate students in Osaka University.
I see. Mga Japanese siya ng mga estudyante or
no,
mix?
they're mostly I think, I'm not sure. There were some Japanese students last time, I think, but I think there are also other foreign students from
all
Southeast
over.
Asia, most likely. Yeah, I think I'm not sure if this was the same program that I had before when I did my PhD. Probably same. A little altered, pero essentially this was the same program where I graduated from.
Okay. Kadjut lang.
Yes.
Naguna-una pa po. Sorry, this is so unprofessional. Pasensya na mga kapito. I'm being unprofessional here. Salig siguro kay ate mga ganang pangutan.
Amo lagi yun.
So, I just want to talk about, I know you don't like this, ang imong past. Not because people are interested to know.
Past is past.
What's this past? No. I mean, like, kuamba. Because you are from Mindanao, from Tandag, Surigao del Sur, which is
born and raised.
Born and raised. So, we would like to know, like, how did you get from sa Tandag to where you are right now? Like, what are your advice? What are your advice?
Ang gusto na ko tubag, kuanging, aeroplano.
Physically, not physically. I mean, like, di ba kayo, I would say it's a rare siya na kuamba. Rare siya na type na move. Usually, sa inyong nga time, probably accountancy, engineer.
Grabe, inyuhan na time.
sige, sa atuan na lang na time na we only consider like kana na siguro nga komo siguro na well sa amo nga time was nursing. Sa inyo wala pang nursing. So technically, sa inyo nga time was engineering, doctor, accountancy.
Kung ano sa nurses is also very much in demand during that time. Yes.
Okay, so I'm sorry mga kabitok. I made a mistake.
Oo, kamo ko na ako mga batchmates na nurses.
So how did you connect? Were you when you were younger, maybe a bit younger than me, younger looking? Yeah, how did you get from like na ba kay teacher or something na oh I wanna be first yun nahimag agricultural engineer sa UP Los Baños.
Yeah.
How did you know na kurso na agriculture engineer? Yeah.
Well, people from I suppose representative ng UP or maybe they are from UP. Ay, wait.
Nag-campaign?
No one came. No one came, actually.
Right.
Siguro, may gapadada lang nan brochure or something. Kan koan, samo teachers. Ay, kadumdum ako kan, sir. He was the one who encouraged us. Anyway, he has passed on, so... but anyway, tawag yun eh. So, presenta lang nila. Amay ni. Sa una, pa sigad internet na. Ay, wait.
Lagi. Wala mo internet. Alam mo internet.
Oh my God.
Internet. Pero inyo nga time wala internet.
Anyway, sige. So, old school. Let's just say old school method. So, they sent us brochures. And this is a brochure. Oh, again. It seems like this is what my country needs. So, I did not really know what I was doing. I just had this vague idea na I like math, I like the sciences, and siguro na akong mga the people that I admired sa faculty, for example. People I admired sa faculty, not necessarily engineer, engineers or whatnot, but I think one of the teachers sa high school, siya, Ageng. Pero sa MSU ito si ma'am, and then ako, siguro okay din ni Ageng. Because sabi ko sa news na to, di ba, always food security, that's a problem, etc. So maybe this is a useful course. I will take it. So anything to avoid accountancy, no? Kasi nanay accountancy, tatay accountancy. So
okay.
But I have nothing against that course, of course. No, pero I don't know. Maybe it was how shall I say? Okay na siguro ito na decision because in spite of my ignorance, probably that could have been the reason why yakasud ako sa UP because it's a non-quota course. I did not know by then an significance ng quota, non-quota. It's a non-quota course. And accountancy, on the other hand, is a quota course. So there's a less likelihood na makasud ako ngadto. Although, to be honest, second choice na ako ay UP Tacloban. Then the other choice is the first choice I think was UPLB. And in Tacloban, accountancy na gikuha because I've heard of mga alumni ng high school nato na who did very well sa mga bright who did very well sa UP Tacloban. They took up accountancy. So I thought, maybe this is a good course. Hindi na mga klase ng mga decision making. You don't know anything when you're that young.
Actually, oo. Right?
Right? So, you really don't know anything.
Pero grabe na yan. From Tandag, you have to go to Los Baños and it's not a one-way trip. So you have to go by plane, obviously. Then to Manila, you take a bus.
Yes. It was all a blur. Pero a lot of people tabang guide sa ako. I don't think I would have made it na alone. And as I told you before, dili siya sayon baya.
Well, ignorance, you know what I say about ignorance?
Ignorance is bliss. And youthful exuberance is, I suppose, bliss. Pero I'm glad na bisan may hesitation ito si nanay sa una na kadto ngadto. Kung kuman, I'm not sure what the atmosphere is nga doon, if people are still fearful about things. Pero sa una sa good, it was during that time tabo iton kan Mayor Sanchez gani. Iton sa Kalawan, Laguna. It was very big news, of course, no? Duha ka estudyante, they were brutally assaulted. So, and Kalawan is just like I mean, 1 or 2 towns away, if I'm not mistaken. Kalimut na ako. From Los Baños. And they were students of UP Los Baños.
Wow.
Those two.
Mas kadlok eh.
So, sinanay gid sa una, hesitate gid siya. Pero I insisted. I have to leave the nest, mother. Pero, ironically, no? Or maybe, kinahanglan sabi siguro ng mga tao na to leave the so-called nest. Kaya mas ma-appreciate actually mo ang mga tao. These people. I appreciated nanay more. I appreciated you more, maybe. Of course, our other siblings, Sigam. Yeah, I appreciated nanay and tatay more. When you're far away, hindi mo ma-realize yun ang mga butang. Because I said to myself that, homesickness, I don't have that. I will never feel that. Tinuod ba checking?
Yeah.
For some reason.
Inga na ginabasa malayo ka. Feel gini mong homes.
Even if you're inundated by so much to do, basta naman sa bitong trigger, no? Because you have so much to do. And I felt, how shall I say, I felt inadequate. Feeling na ako di na ako kaya. And coursework.
I always thought na sa inyong time, you have mas better in inyong education sa high school compared sa...
Not really. Same lang, same.
So you really have to work did sa wala ka dito, like triple time or double time or triple time ka dito just to catch.
I know. Oo, I think it's a good thing na i-expose ako sa una sa mga quiz contests gani. That way, pwede mo ma-benchmark mo kaugalingon ba yung matansya nimo kung hain ka mo where you are sa pagkuan relative to the other high schools. So I felt then na since dili sagad sa una sagadan sa school na to, there are times there are competitions na kita and kuan we're up there, no, we're very competitive, but there are also competitions na I feel na kuwang gid kita kuwang na to training. So that was a good information on my part. That means I have to work hard in these areas kung gusto ko mo pasar. And thankfully, kaya da sa. I think kuan okay ang foundation of yung kuan gani good comprehension sa imo labi na sa kuan mga English texts, because whether we like it or not, an ato educational system is really sa English good siya, no, an ato mga textbooks. So if you have a very good foundation sa comprehension, then you have a fighting chance.
Yeah. Magaling something na di ignore ang English. Because as you know, wala man ka nag-graduate sa science school. You graduate ka sa religious na school. Sometimes sa Pinaw, mas dagan pa mo na memorize na prayer.
Really? Dili sa ho din ako kuan. I know a lot of prayers, but these are just regular prayers. I know more now that I'm in a country that does not profess Christianity. Really, of course there are Christians here, pero I know more now than I did in high school. Okay, dasa. Malay problem. I understand na dili siya science high school na dili gid mo iya forte on that time.
Compare ba gid mga sciences? Gahi gid sila.
Pero okay na sa isab. I think in retrospect, no. Dapat balance gid din siya ging. Otherwise, although of course it is important sa basic education gid siguro dapat ang imong mathematics, you're well formed, no, sa mathematics at least, or at the very least sa mathematics, and then comprehension, very important. I think amo gid niya hasa kita ngadto sa school, sa ato high school, sa comprehension, because that's at least during my time, no, that was what we were really good at. For sa sa English course. English, di ba English ang title na nato? Sa ano subject? English.
English.
So kay kuman, for example, to those things, no, dapat siguro may ato sub course on logic. I'm not sure if we benefited from courses on philosophy.
Sa college.
College siguro, no?
Okay.
Maybe
very useful siya. Okay. You always have tawag na people with different opinion, and you need to learn how to deal with them, and logic is very useful.
Yeah, I know how to deal with them. I just ignore them.
So, Anissa, how did you
At
Arrive
least,
sa, not arrive. Again, not arrive kay plane mong gid pa padulong. May lain yun. Like, ginsa ni pag eskwela sa Japan sa imong
right.
masters and
Okay.
PhD or PhD lang?
No, master's and then PhD. So I had the option then actually na mag-stop na sa master's. But I decided na i-pursue ang PhD. So anyway, istorya, no? So I passed UPCAT. I decided with my parents' blessings, of course. Otherwise, no one will survive. Kunwari, suporta ni nanay and tatay. So, sa UP Los Baños. And then, after graduating from UP Los Baños, gatudlo ako kadali sa College of Engineering. The same college where I graduated from. College of Engineering and Agro-Industrial Technology. Engineering Science, Department of Engineering Science. So it's more on basic engineering stuff. No? Tanan engineers or tanan engineering students sa UPLB must take engineering science courses. May pinaka-foundation. And then, siguro mga less than 2 years. Yeah, less than 2 years ako nagatudlo ngadto. I got this, there's this constant ko ansagod, just say, communication between universities, UP and other universities abroad. So sometimes in mga universities abroad, they will send like an invitation. And I happened to, they presented that opportunity sa ako. And I said, okay. So, it's not uncommon sa faculty, sa UPLB during my time at least, I don't know now, to come across such opportunities. So, although kasagaran sa una, most of my colleagues wanted to go to the US. Kasi traditional mga professors sa UPLB, mga PhD, mostly US. Although during my time sab, kamok-kamok na saban gikan sa Japan. Ako chair sa una chairman na namo department sa una, graduated from Japan, from a university in Japan. So, and I said, I think okay in Japan for me because aside, apart from with the exception of having to learn their language, it's very near sa Pilipinas. And I was offered also a scholarship. And I think it was sufficient enough that I don't need to do part-time work, so I can support myself sa PhD. So I thought, okay, so this is okay, this is good. So I decided to take that opportunity. Pag-abot na ako sa Osaka University, I am an agricultural engineering graduate. I am a licensed agricultural engineer. Pag-abot na ako ngadto, and then they asked me, can you do a presentation of your work, your previous work? So, that time, siyempre exposed na ako kung ano yung nagpanhimo sa laboratory. It was a shock for me because these are not the things that I used to do, right? So, ang ilang mga studies is really more on molecular biology, right? Biotechnology. During that time, our laboratory, the laboratory naman sa una was, ang main concern was to try to understand kung how a cell maintains maintains? Or maybe, to put it simply, we want to understand ang mga protein components and also the mechanisms behind cell division, specifically during metaphase. If you recall, say mo, basic biology.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I cannot. Metaphase. It's like transforming to specific na organs? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's just I'm not trying to shame the host. It's just that he's my little brother. He will always be my little brother. So, okay. Should I explain or no?
Explain lang kay. There's some of the audience na ikabalo.
Some of the audience and some of the host. Sige. So, there are some cells inside the human body that that I'm not sure. Anyway, most of the cells in the human body, they have to undergo cell division. So during cell division, there are several phases. You have interphase. So during that time, the nucleus which contains the DNA, right? And several other and other proteins. Otherwise, dili nimo maintain ang structure ng imo kuan ng DNA. So the DNA is a very, very long molecule packed inside this very small structure that you cannot see with your, let me use the term, naked eye. Okay? You cannot see it. So, grabe siya kataasin ako. And I forgot kung ano siya kataas. I think more than a meter? More than 1 meter molecule packed inside a structure so small you cannot see it without a microscope that has to have at least 10 times magnification.
Grabe na yung paglukot-lukot na just to make it
very
compact.
So can you
packaging.
yes, so it's just as I said, and the DNA is just a series of nucleotides, diba? Series of nucleotides. So it's a very, very long DNA, very, very long molecule, and you have to pack that into a structure so small that you cannot see with your naked eye. So we are interested, how does the cell do it? So we needed to understand that. So you have a cell in interface, and then kung tanawan mo siya under the microscope, it's spherical, right, or circular, kay two-dimensional basta nato makita, no? Spherical, if you can imagine it to be a circle or a globe-like structure. So it's spherical or circular. And then when the right molecular cues are there, the structure will start to condense. It becomes even more compact.
Yeah.
It becomes even more compact. And then it is most compact during metaphase. After metaphase, it suddenly splits into two. And these two molecules, maybe there are some errors, maybe there are some differences, but very minute differences. These two should be identical. They should contain the identical information, right? So, so we that laboratory wanted to understand what keeps the structure. How does a cell maintain the structure of the DNA during metaphase? So we identified a bunch of proteins, and then students were assigned, students and teachers, or not teachers, professors, were assigned to try to understand what is the function of each of these proteins to maintain the structure of that DNA. So what we did then was very, very logical, actually. So we had tools para to disable a cell from using a specific protein, and then we'll try to see what happens to the cell without that protein, or with that protein at a lower concentration. So that we can then piece these together and come up with a picture. Okay, so this is how the cell maintains the DNA during metaphase. So ang ako yung kaabtan.
So from agriculture and biotech na nga.
So when I presented my thesis, okay, so this is what I did as an undergrad. So basically, I collected coconut shells because I wanted to understand what specific combinations of the factors. So there were several factors like the sizes of the coconut shells, the airflow rate, etc. Can increase the efficiency of this gasifier. And that gasifier essentially, butang dakaw ng coconut shell, sunugo nimo, and then i-measure nimo and temperature na produce and heat that was produced from burning. So I'm not sure if you saw my setup then. Patibagan si Ganggang? She did not see.
Are you talking about magbuhat og uling? Or
No. Paghimo ng uling is a different thing. This is complete combustion.
I see.
Uling is incomplete combustion. So actually, when I was doing that, in my mind, if I ever go into a graduate course, graduate degree, I think I would like to study combustion. I'm gonna be known as combustion girl.
Mas better na tayo sa arsonista.
Close. Depende sa state of mind. Pero I don't have any criminal intent. So hopefully not. So anyway, so I was telling them, okay, so this is what I did. I used, nakigamit yun to. Although amoy na ako set up, nakigamit yun to was a design of experiments. So I used the Box-Benken design of experiments to try to come up with a mathematical model that can predict and find the optimum conditions for these. So, although I would say no, na medyo backwards, not backwards, not really backwards, more like because it's still very important, labi na sa ato context, no. Sorry for using the word backwards. It's not really that. Let's just say not as high tech as it may look, but our approach for the analysis, siguro may ito ang pinaka, for me at least, and pinaka value na nito, because I learned how to do design of experiments. Incidentally, now in my laboratory, not my laboratory, now in my line of work, especially for manufacturing, people are still using design of experiments. It's just that the factors are different. Not the amount of coconut shells or the sizes of coconut shells, but other factors, right? Because we want to also optimize conditions that would result in, for example, higher titer or higher ratio of full versus empty vectors. And the design of experiments is also used everywhere. So if you want to optimize conditions, specific conditions in processes. So that was my first, and it was also quite an exciting time for me. So I have no regrets, is what I'm saying. I had a good time actually preparing that manuscript. I imagine na mas siguro from the perspective of somebody who is used to all of these technologies, no, hamok na mga grammar check, etc. Everything can be done. And yung computer, dili ka mawawad ng data. That time we were always fearful. In fairness to me naman, no, when I was about to graduate, mayaman na computer, mayaman na
the technology based.
Ang manuscript na ako, dili na ako typewritten, okay?
I can imagine nga nakalisod, sayop ang page, and you to write everything.
So, i-abtan pa na mo yung drive, yung flash drive, gani. Di na flash drive,
yung diskjet na itong square.
Yung square,
1.44 MB, if I'm not mistaken. Gamay, right? Grabe.
I forgot na, kalimutan na gano'n ako. Ages ago. Ito gano'n ako, oh my God, papa, ito na ako, tanan na tagpanwa, tapos very prone pa to viruses. So, yeah. But yeah, I had a, how shall I say, I had a great time sa preparation, etc. Sa analysis ng data. It was for me very fruitful. Pero malagad doon, napaabot na ako sa Osaka University. I'm not sure kung ano itong expression sa face ng professor. He was a bit worried. Maybe not a bit, very worried. What have we done? Pero ako, I gave you everything, all the information. Nangasawa sa I don't know kung ano nila recruitment process. Maybe I would like to think na it's because my university has a great reputation so far sa mga Japanese universities. They saw it's UPLV and said, okay na ini. Okay, but I don't know. It was also during that period na start na ako with because they assigned a project sa ako na more on classification, and that's how I went into this field. That time we call it pattern recognition, and that's where I had to learn a computer language. At that time, kita na ako na pinaka-viable na option was MATLAB. So, from somebody who did not do MATLAB in high school or college, I had to learn how to use MATLAB. I took it upon myself kasi sa laboratory na mo, I think up to Excel lang and MS Excel, Microsoft Excel, and kuan ang mga tao as far as data analysis is concerned. At least that's what I knew then. Or siguro iba ng mga software that they use for statistical analysis. But as for programming languages and such stuff, at least in my lab, no one was doing it. So I had to do it. Because di na ako madawat sa galingon na I'm just gonna do like a diagram gani, yung binary na kuan. Okay, so if the size is this, okay, we decide this. Now let's go to the next criterion. How do you call this game? Decision tree. Decision tree. I think during that time, these decision trees, by the way, are still used sa machine learning, right? And I cannot just dismiss it like that because now, siguro due to the advancements in the computing power, etc., they've developed maybe better algorithms para mas effective ang decision trees. And at times, although ang malagyan siya, grabe na kadugay na a very old method for classification, there are times na it outperforms more fancy sounding classification methods. So there. Did I answer your question na?
Yeah, actually answer Danny mo like ang next na question, you feel any regret? Okay, wala. Okay, let's So actually, ang next I would like to know is like, of course, na you dugay ka sa Japan, master's, PhD, then you if nagkuan po ka, nag-postdoctorate ka sa US, and I forgot you nag-take up ka another master's in in UP Diliman.
Okay.
So, I think I'm what's next? What's next, eh?
I just want to do my job here and do it well. That's what's next for me. I'll think about other things maybe later, but now I feel like I'm just trying to take stock of all of these things. Yeah.
What's the mga challenges ni mo nakadira sa Japan? Did you learn the language good? Or
no, I think I should learn the language. I keep telling myself that, pero I don't know. Maybe that should be my Lenten season challenge. Do the difficult. Yeah. Do the difficult.
Pero nice
carrying my cross.
Nice mo lang sa Japan. I guess the people are friendly and the environment is conducive for
I cannot speak for everyone here, Pero sa environment na ako na gipili para sa ako galingon, it's okay. At least my colleagues are friendly in my line of work. And I don't know, maybe there's a hesitation. Siguro this is just an excuse not to learn the language. Because if I understand them too well, maybe I'd have a different perspective. But that's just an excuse, I guess. But so far, it's okay. I am okay. Maybe it's a personality thing. No? Because they're not very touchy-feely people, as far as I know. And I'm also not a touchy-feely person. So
you're among your people there.
I'm not sure. I'm not saying na ako I appreciate that aspect of the Japanese culture and the Japanese people. That does not diminish my respect or my appreciation as well for my own culture, because makita naman disparity na Filipinos are generally we're warm, we are. So I appreciate that to a certain extent. I can also appreciate the other end to a certain extent. So yeah, I'm ada.
Ang imong kwente, like ang imong work-life balance.
It's not balanced at all. I don't believe in that.
What do you mean?
I feel pressured if somebody tells me na work-life balance. Must I? I just want to do what I want to do. If I feel tired, I feel tired. If I wanna slack off, I will slack off. If I want to work hard, I want to work hard.
I see. It doesn't exist in work-life balance. What if I want to finish this?
I feel like it's a tyrannical concept na you have to be like this. For me, it's an imposition. I'm sorry.
I can imagine like balance is quite difficult. Kaya dapat ang sum of forces are equal. Then dapat di siya mo rotate. That's quite difficult to balance. Like, if I imagine a balanced learning meter stick, it's quite hard. I'm just saying. I don't know if that works as analogy sa life na work-life.
Summation of all forces is equal to 0. Ano yun siya na ano yun equivalent sa kinabuhi ng tao? You're dead?
You are in a state of equilibrium sa pressure. Naka-external pressure o internal pressure.
But you're still under pressure, right?
You're still under pressure, pero balanced.
I don't know. Like today, I feel like the past few days have been kumana. This is the time that I'm paying for all of the stresses of the past few days. But I don't know. Iba siguro ang priority. My priority is to get the job done. To get it done to the best of my ability. And if you just have to know your priorities. In my case, for example, if there's a family emergency involving you, nanay, kang nakabana, they will come first. That will come first, definitely. But work also is important. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So I really don't get why yun kinahangan magreklamo ko ng sobra na you have to do this for a job. If you think about it, it's a blessing. So I don't know.
I also
Maybe
don't get it. Ganun mo reklamo nga to. Ay, kapos. I'm like,
then don't work.
yeah, don't work. It's like,
Why kita ng mga labor groups na niniging?
like,
Kasi
sorry.
this is a slave. This is slave mentality.
Mga kabitok na sila. We're sorry. Forgive us.
We're not trying to no. It's just our personal opinion. But maybe try not to elect us into your mga union gani. We will not progress that much probably.
So okay, I guess this is the final question.
Final na?
Yeah. Sa part 1, we might have a part 2 depende sa demand. Last time I asked you kung what would be your message sa mga taga-tandag na mga young minds. Of course, we have to influence them in some ways to do this. Or do you have any quotes personal, or is it something that can inspire, motivate taga Mindanao to do this type of kind type ng mga work like science and engineering or something productive? What would be your message?
A lot of things came to mind, no? Sa ini na mga istorya. When you first said, una ako message sa mga taga-tandag, hindi ako politiko.
Remember M, remember E. Ano? Maybe not.
Siguro the closest that I ever got to being a politician was na yung suspected spam. I don't know why I'm being spammed. Where was I? Yes, message sa mga kabataan. I don't know, even this Korean pop star came to mind. maybe may use it in iya tag-istorya and so on. Pero looking back, I think and this is not just pulling your leg or something, no.
Okay.
Siguro try to kasi and consider ako, I always had this question, about the meaning of life, about why we're here. It's always been that way. And siguro in that pursuit, I feel na kaya na ako ang mga very, very, very complicated concepts na I had to understand, because in my mind, maybe this is a way for me to have a better understanding of these very important questions in our life, which is that, why are we here? What is the meaning of my life? And at the risk of earning the ire of our mother, who is God? Is there a God? So these are very important questions that you have to grapple with, no? And so you need to ask these questions earnestly, seriously. So I'd like to think na these are my North Stars. These questions are what guided me, no? In the things that I've done and in what I'm doing with my life. So to always ask those questions. Try not to be swayed so much by what is popular, in, etc. I'd like to say, be yourself, but I don't believe that anymore. Because the self is imperfect, no? We are full of faults. And so I think that's something that I can be comfortable saying, no? I know na maybe it's a bit of, you might think that it's incongruous with us being scientists and engineers, but I assure you it is not. And probably I'd like to think also na the training that I've had are also all geared towards this, so trying to understand these fundamental questions. So that's it. And love.
Love.
And world peace. Yeah. So does that work for you? Okay na?
Okay. So mga kabitok, mga kabitok, that was Dr. Arnie Gambigil-Buena.
More importantly, your ate.
Ang important title, akong ate, that comes with responsibilities and privileges.
Yes. I'm manuklin ako ng privileges, ha?
So that was Dr. Arnie, and I hope you learned something new today. Ingat and God bless everyone.
Bye!